In the lush, misty mountains of feudal Japan, there stood a revered Zen monastery known for its rigorous training and enigmatic master, Ryokan. The monastery's reputation drew seekers from far and wide, all hoping to unlock the secrets of enlightenment. Among these aspirants was a young man named Kenji, whose brilliant mind and unwavering determination had earned him acclaim in the scholarly circles of Kyoto. Kenji arrived at the monastery gates one cool autumn morning, his heart brimming with excitement and his mind laden with expectations. As Kenji settled into the austere life of the monastery, he found himself both challenged and invigorated by the daily routines of meditation, chores, and study. He applied himself with fervor to every task, from the simplest act of sweeping leaves to the most complex sutra recitations. His progress was swift, and soon he began to stand out among his fellow novices. Kenji's intellectual prowess allowed him to grasp complex Buddhist concepts with ease, and his dedication to meditation was unmatched. Yet, despite his apparent success, a gnawing sense of incompleteness persisted within him. One crisp winter morning, Master Ryokan summoned Kenji to his private chambers. The young monk's heart raced with anticipation as he knelt before the venerated master. Ryokan's eyes, deep pools of wisdom accumulated over decades of practice, gazed intently at Kenji. In a voice both gentle and commanding, the master posed a question that would change the course of Kenji's life. "Show me the sound of one hand clapping." Kenji's mind reeled. He had expected a profound discourse on Buddhist philosophy or a complex meditation technique. Instead, he was faced with a question that seemed to defy logic and reason. Determined to solve this riddle, Kenji threw himself into contemplation. He spent days in deep meditation, trying to unravel the meaning behind the master's words. He pored over ancient texts, seeking clues in the writings of Zen patriarchs. He even attempted to produce various sounds with one hand, from snapping his fingers to waving his palm through the air. Each day, he would return to Master Ryokan, offering his latest interpretation or demonstration. And each day, the master would simply shake his head and repeat, "Show me the sound of one hand clapping." Weeks turned into months, and still, Kenji struggled with the koan. His initial confidence gave way to frustration, then to despair. He watched as other monks progressed in their training, receiving new teachings and responsibilities, while he remained stuck on this seemingly impossible question. Doubt began to creep into his mind. Was he not as gifted as he had believed? Had he made a mistake in coming to this monastery? The harsh winter gave way to spring, and as the cherry blossoms bloomed, Kenji felt that his spirit was withering. One evening, as Kenji sat in the garden, his mind exhausted from endless cogitation, he noticed a small frog by the pond. As he watched, the frog simply sat, unmoving, its throat pulsing gently. In that moment, something shifted within Kenji. He realized that he had been so focused on finding an answer, on proving his worth, that he had missed the essence of Zen entirely. The frog wasn't trying to be anything other than what it was. It simply existed, fully present in the moment. A wave of understanding washed over Kenji, clearing away the accumulated debris of his intellectual striving. The next morning, Kenji approached Master Ryokan's chambers with a newfound sense of calm. As he knelt before the master, Ryokan once again asked, "Show me the sound of one hand clapping." This time, instead of frantically searching his mind for an answer or attempting to demonstrate something, Kenji simply sat in silence, fully present, embodying the question itself. A smile of recognition spread across Master Ryokan's face. Without a word, he nodded, acknowledging that Kenji had finally grasped the true meaning of the koan. From that day forward, Kenji's practice transformed. He no longer sought to accumulate knowledge or achieve enlightenment as if it were a prize to be won. Instead, he learned to approach each moment, each task, with the same presence and acceptance he had discovered in answering the koan. The sound of one hand clapping was not a riddle to be solved, but a way of being to be lived. It was the sound of silence, of non-duality, of reality as it is without the constant chatter of the discriminating mind. Kenji had learned that true wisdom lay not in intellectual understanding, but in direct experience of the present moment. As he continued his journey at the monastery, Kenji carried this lesson with him. finding profound truth in the simplest acts, in the rustling of leaves, in the flow of breath, and in the space between thoughts. He had discovered that the sound of one hand clapping was, in essence, the very song of existence itself, always playing, needing only a quiet mind and an open heart to be heard.